Shannon Sharpe finds out the hard way why nobody from Black media invites Amanda Seales to their podcast or into their spaces. So earlier this week, Shannon Sharpe invited Amanda Seales onto Club Shay Shay after hearing her on social media complain about how Black media don't invite her nowhere or include her in anything.
I just want to say something. If it wasn't for y'all, I would really think that I ain't doing shit. Because the industry I'm in does not recognize me. And to be clear, I'm speaking about the Black spaces in the industry I'm in. Because y'all know I don't give two damns about any of these other spaces. But the Black spaces is what I'm referring to. Which is largely in part why I realized like I need to shift out of this industry. You know, like I don't get invited to Essence Women in Hollywood. I've never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. I've been nominated for an Image Award. Never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. Never been honored at Black Girls Rock. Like, I've hosted these events. You know what I'm saying? I literally hosted the BET Awards in 2020 in my house, and I was not invited to the BET Awards since.
As soon as the Club Shay Shay episode with Amanda Seales started, I'm talking about almost instantly, Shannon Sharpe realized that no good deed goes unpunished, and the real reason why Black media don't really invite Amanda Seales into their spaces. You see, Shannon Sharpe was trying to do a good deed and sort of have her heard, but the podcast started almost like instantaneously, it became combative.
Library. He's like, so what are we here for? And she's like, well, you know, she corrects me in front of the class. And these three Black people are like, here we go with this racist bull.
Amanda Seales tells a story how in high school, they were having a discussion about Aboriginal people in a particular class, and the teacher referred to Aboriginal people as Stone Age people. Amanda Seales confronted the teacher in front of everybody and corrected her. Now, the teacher was offended that Amanda Seales confronted her in front of the entire class and called a parent-teacher conference. Now, Amanda Seales said the teacher was a racist and this was racism, that the teacher was offended that she corrected her in front of the entire class. Shannon Sharpe deferred, and he said, well, I'm sure a teacher would have felt offended if you were white, Asian, Spanish. It really doesn't matter, right? If the teacher is an egomaniac, she would have been offended no matter what your race is if a kid, confronted her in front of the entire class, right? Which I tend to agree. If I call a woman dumb or stupid, right, for telling me the sky is red, and then she turn around and tell everybody that I'm a misogynist who hate women because I called her dumb and stupid, well, no, right? Again, it's rude of me to call her dumb and stupid, but, I would have called a man dumb and stupid, or an other dumb and stupid if they would have told me the sky is red.
Do you think she would have felt equally as offended if a white kid, because I'm assuming this teacher was white, right? Mm-hmm. If a white child would have corrected her, I think most teachers would feel some type of way if a child corrects them.
Shannon Sharpe is correct. I feel like we have to give people credit for being bad people without jumping to racism. If I go out right now and have a negative interaction with a white man, well, he could just be a really bad person who hates everyone, right? It don't necessarily mean that because this man stops me in the middle of the street and begins to berate me that he's racist. He could just be a horrible person.
That's not for me to surmise. I'm just saying that my experience was this lady giving wrong information.
Yeah.
And I'm allowed to correct her. Now, this is the same lady who tried to accuse me of stealing. And when a white girl said, no, Amanda didn't steal it, I did, she was like, well, I think both of you need to go to the principal.
Right.
I'm in Orlando, Florida, which is a notoriously racist state, Florida, in the 90s. And I'm talking to you about a white woman who is speaking about Black people, indigenous people in a...
Right here is the reason why people don't want Amanda Seales in their space. What you're about to see now is Amanda Seales try to put Shannon Sharpe in the position of, if you don't agree this instance right here is racism, then you must agree that slavery was correct. Then you must agree that Aboriginal people are... she's about to put this man in a trick bag to where now he has to choose between, being neutral and just believing in what he believes, or he goes against his beliefs to pander to Black Twitter, or he panders to Black Twitter and completely isolates and goes against his real beliefs and morals, right? And if he chooses to go neutral and just states what he believes, Well, Amanda Seales would put him in the trick bag of being this Uncle Tom race traitor who believed that white supremacy is correct.
Where those same indigenous people have had all of their land taken from them by former criminals that were sent there from England. And she is calling them Stone Age people. And I, as a black girl, the only black girl in her class, am correcting her.
But my thing is, you're right. She possibly misspoke or she didn't know.
I guess my question to you is, why do you even feel compelled at this juncture in this interview? Why would you even feel compelled to try to?
Because I don't want, because I'm not defending. But my thing is that what I'm trying to say, most adults, when kids correct them or speak, feel some type of way. This is not unique to a black, white, or white, black. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you took it that way. But I remember when I was growing up, my grandparents and parents said, hey, kids, stay in your place. Adults are speaking. That's all. Maybe that didn't happen where you were from in Orlando, but where I grew up when I grew up, kids did not correct adults. So I apologize if you thought it came off as combative.
No problem.
Amanda Seales completely shuts down and just stops speaking and just stares at him for like 30 seconds, right? Forcing this man to apologize for having an opinion that doesn't really equal up to her opinion on this particular issue, right? Now, here's the thing. Shannon Sharpe didn't even realize he got put into a trick bag by Amanda Seales, because Shannon Sharpe, who gets virtually no backlash at all, there's people now on Black Twitter condemning Shannon Sharpe and essentially calling him an Uncle Tom for not agreeing that a teacher being offended that a student corrected her in front of the entire class is racism. This is exactly what Amanda Seales wanted. See, a Twitter user by the name of Olamiye Lauren. Now, Ms. Lauren is an infamous person on Black Twitter. She essentially says that Shannon Sharpe is working defense for the oppressors, aka white supremacy. And she stated that Shannon Sharpe, I guess, wholeheartedly doing a white guy to be racist, maybe the teacher would have done the same with a white kid, is him working defense for the oppressor, when Amanda Seales, I guess, told the account of the racist teacher in Florida in the 80s. Here's the thing with these people. There's no neutrality with them, right? You're either a racist Uncle Tom or you are a race soldier on Black Twitter. There's no 50-50 with these people, right? Now, here's the thing. They're commenting this after watching the full interview. You guys are not even halfway through, and y'all don't know yet. But as Shannon Sharpe, try to sort of cut the awkward tension and sort of correct himself by saying, hey, listen, if I disagree with you, please don't take this as a personal attack. So he tried to make Amanda Seales feel at ease after this awkward moment.
I'll also ask that, because if I don't see things exactly as you see them,
I don't expect you to.
Don't take it as being combative. You see things one way, I might see it a different way. That doesn't mean I'm being combative.
I would say it's combative when there's a undermining of how someone sees something.
But why are you trying to undermine how I see it?
Because it's my experience.
Okay, well, I'm telling you,
you don't know my experience.
But I'm saying, see, you take it as, if I don't agree with you, I'm being combative.
No, I don't. I take it as, if I have an experience and you're telling me that my experience isn't what it is.
No,
You're telling me that my thinking somebody is racist, who I was in a classroom with for a year, that you have never met, you are emitting doubt upon that. Because of your own experiences.
No, I was talking about the teacher and you.
Right.
And I said,
in your
I believe based on my experience, and a lot of people.
She's not all the way correct, right? For example, if she would have told Shannon Sharpe, yo, my 5th grade teacher were racist, they were mean to me, that's a little different, right? Then Shannon Sharpe really cannot, I guess, combat her lived experience. But if she told Shannon Sharpe an entire story, I corrected my teacher invited my parents to a parent-teacher conference, told my parents, they're here because I confronted her in front of the entire class, and we all thought that was racism. Well, you told him the entire story and left out, I guess, critical details that you believe would prove she's racist. And him, based on what you told him, surmised, this is not racism. Well, he has the right to have that opinion, and he's not undermining you. He's just giving his opinion on what you told him. Now, Shannon Sharpe would try to sort of make things less awkward, but Amanda Seales did it no favors, bro. Like, she was dedicated, man, to just being like prissy and stuck up.
At kids, correct an adult,
Right.
no matter what society it is frowned upon. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
You took it as that I'm trying to minimize your experience and say, well, I'm defending her when I wasn't.
Okay. I think there's something worth saying that could come off that way, and it should be something to consider.
Well, see, again, you're going to consider it your way because you see things, like you said, you see things through your prism. Okay.
I think it's fascinating to watch you accuse me of doing the thing that you're doing.
No,
it's fascinating.
I think it's
fascinating.
This is your interview, so I won't interject what I think. But anyway.
Amanda Seales' agenda, or the theme she was trying to push in this interview, is that Amanda Seales, from childhood to adulthood, has been a victim of racism, and every type of negative interaction that you've seen is due to her having to deal with childhood trauma that comes from racism, and she's an activist, and she's the only sane person fighting for Black prosperity, and that when you see people don't like her, it's because they can't stand how much of an advocate she is for what's right and for Black prosperity. Now, after this awkward exchange, they moved on, but somehow they circled back and got into a discussion about racism again. This time, Amanda Seales told a story about how she was a victim of racism at a Disney camp.
Situation at Disney, I was there as the only Black girl.
Okay.
And there was a whole crew. It's like 12 of us. And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're Black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're Black, so don't get any ideas. So that's what I'm being told by the other children. Does that suffice as racist to you, or would you want to call it something else? Is that just kids being mean?
The kids. So let me ask you a question. As a child, you never said anything derogatory? You was just this model citizen as a child? I mean, children. Now, we're talking children, not functioning adults. Now, if you told me the adults, parents were telling you this, or the execs or people that are in charge of Disney are telling you this, I could agree with it. But at 89, you're probably 8, 9 years of age. Maybe younger.
Here's the thing, Amanda Seales isn't even 100% wrong in this situation. I believe that some kids are taught racism so well by the adults in their life that they can be racist, right? A kid is taught and brainwashed to the point where he just despises Black folks, and he behaves that way to Black folks at a Disney camp, right? Now Shannon Sharpe could probably also have a point in terms of, do I believe that an 8 or 9-year-old or even younger could fully understand the concept of racism? Who knows, right? I don't know. I've never been a racist 8-year-old, so I can't speak for it. But that's not the issue at hand. Who's right isn't the issue. Is how Amanda Seales then tries to just rewarp the entire conversation and put Shannon Sharpe in another trick bag after he invites her to his show. Watch Amanda Seales' response to Shannon Sharpe, I guess, giving his opinion, and you tell me if this right here is a justified response or if it's a good faith response in conversation.
So you have no problem with the children that were cursing out Ruby Bridges and the Little Rock Nine? You think do you think that was just them being kids?
Two things can be true. Kids can be kids and not function as an adult, and things can be wrong. And sometimes when kids say things, they're repeating what they heard their parents say. They don't know it's wrong.
So what about the children who are receiving it that know it's wrong? Does that not matter?
Yes.
So if I'm 10 and I'm receiving that treatment and I know it's wrong, does it make my experience of it less valid?
It doesn't make it any less valid. No.
So that's what we're here to talk about, my experience.
Yes.
So my experience is that I experienced that and it was difficult. So that's the valid part of this. I'm not here to protect those people because it's irrelevant.
That was really bad faith on Amanda Seales' part. And it's not because Shannon Sharpe was correct, because they could have had that conversation. But Shannon Sharpe never stated that he doesn't have a problem with what the kids did to Amanda Seales. He just says that he have a different opinion in describing it as racism. Amanda Seales then in turn did the most bad faith thing you can do, like in asking a question that was rhetorical, right? She asked Shannon Sharpe, oh, so you don't have a problem with what those kids did to Ruby Bridges, huh? Like, where did him like co-signing the behavior happened, right? Right, because he never co-signed the behavior. He just stated that he doesn't believe it's racism, but the behavior itself is deplorable. But yeah, man, listen. Now people are on social media, and Shannon Sharpe is getting, I guess, the most backlash he's gotten. Right, bro? Yo, like Shannon Sharpe has an interview with 50 million views, 60 at this point, has multiple 10+ million views interviews, and none of those interviews is getting him as much backlash as he's getting for this particular interview with Amanda Seales. And this is why people don't really sit down with Amanda Seales, because when you sit down with Amanda Seales, you're going to be put into trick bags, right? Like, you're going to be put in awkward situations that you nor your platform, is willing to be put in. And because people know that Amanda Seales is going to take it to these places, they just avoid her. Now, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But Shannon Sharpe found out the hard way why Amanda Seales don't get invited to Black media spaces. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? And if you're still watching this video, click on somewhere on my screen to find out about the huge drama surrounding WAC 100. Click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.